So, what are your expectations? Well, how do you expect the audience will receive this, and what are they gonna feel from this movie?
Mm, well, like I said before, like I mentioned before, this film is going to affect a lot of people because they will relate to this film. So yeah, in some instances, I I'm not going to entertain the audience with this film. I want them to actually get drawn to it, feel it. I want these audience to walk after the film is done to ask themselves, "Wow, how can we fix this?" Because it is real life. It is stuff that's going on now. So this is not really an entertainment. This is just a little bit of a taste of, hey, this is going on. This is what's happening. We already know the one side of it where, yeah, we know about the legal stuff. We know about Border Patrol. We know what they go through. I'm not going to emphasize on that. Everybody knows that. Everybody roots that. What I'm going to show them is the lack of compassion and disrespect that
Humanity.
humanity that we are lacking of. Now, I don't want to embrace it or push the idea that doing it illegal is cool. That's not what I'm trying to show. I'm not pushing that.
But it happens.
But it happens.
Yeah.
But I'm just showing the audience that side that we refuse to acknowledge.
It's like a voice for the voiceless.
Exactly.
No.
And that's exactly what I want the audience to walk out of there.
What scenes do you feel are going to be very challenging for your actors from your script?
I think the hardest part of it is tapping into the rawness of being real people. In some films, it feels like it's fake. In situations.
It's tapping emotions.
Yeah.
You have to, unless you've been through it, you can't pull those same emotions. So having to get some of these actors to feel that same rawness and those same emotions of losing family, of having to deal with crap and having to deal with whatever, it's that to me that's going to be the challenge.
There are some characters that's going to be challenged because in some parts of the film they're racist. And some actors, which
So you're going to need some of your white actors to play a very racist role?
no, on the contrary, I'm going to use the same kind of cultured people to be racist. It's like there are Mexicans that are racist against Mexicans, and there are.
In what way? How would you say?
Because they
Give
were
an
born
example.
They were born here.
here. Yeah, a lot of Hispanics
Yeah.
that are born here look down on Mexican people because
Yeah,
they weren't
but
born
that's-
here.
You see them they belittle them.
Yeah.
When you go further into the valley, like Bronzeville or McAllen, they think they're on top of the food chain, and the migrants or the illegals are here at the bottom. They place themselves up there, and I've known several people that do that. They think they're all badass and everything. Oh, because I was born an American.
They refuse to speak Spanish.
Exactly.
And they're like, even though they have like a
They don't acknowledge
Gonzalez
their
and
culture.
Mendez, they're like,
Well,
yeah, whatever.
The white side, they're more stable. They know they're from the U.S. They ain't got nothing to worry about. But when it comes down to our race, I mean, we're on the sidelines. We don't have the comfortability for being here in the United States.
But we're all of one race, right? We're all of the human race. The only thing that separates us, right, is the color of our skin, and our nationalities, So you do have a lot of Mexican Americans who probably look down on Mexicans, immigrants,
Yeah.
But I don't think that constitutes being racist.
But see, with the characters that we have in American soil, everything what you think it's gonna be will not be. Everything will be in reverse. But some of the people don't acknowledge that they are the way that they are. So by that raises the question of the audience was like, wow, he's Mexican. Why is he treating him like that? It's the same race. So those are the same questions. That
What do you
get
think,
risen up.
David? You feel the same way? Do you think it's racism when people of the same nationality treat each other
In a way, I do. I mean,
down?
I've seen it to where, for example, I was buying my house, and a lot of the guys that were working on my house or foundation, and everything, they were all Mexican, but they were more Mexican than me, I guess, because they spoke Spanish. They worked blue collar jobs, and I was in the military at that time. And it seemed that when I walked in there, and it is so funny, I was walking in and I was so excited. It was my brand new house. I was looking at it, I was like, man, dude, this is so awesome and everything. And behind me, the guys that were working on the house are like, oh, pinche gringo, this and that. I'm like, whoa, dude, I know Spanish. What's up with this shit? They're thinking that I'm lower than or higher, whatever. I'm like, dude, you're being an asshole towards me. And I'm like, first of all, you're working on the house. You're getting paid. I'm not belittling you. I'm not thinking that I'm better than you because I'm excited because this is my house. This is my new house. I worked hard for it. But yet, so maybe it's not as extreme racism as what we think, but it's a form of racism, I think. And that's where we kind of, most of the time, that's where we're found ourselves. That it's like, you're dark. You said you're darker. Yeah, a lot of Mexicans, they're darker. You know,
And some are very white. Like,
yeah, and
you know,
you have blue
from
eyes.
like from Spaniard
Yeah,
influence.
I've
you
been
know?
in Monterrey,
Yes.
blonde, blue eyed, and
Yeah.
then they talk, and I'm like, wow, dude, you are like a
know.
Mexican.
I
But it's
tell-
like gorgeous women. Univision, you put on Univision, I was like, wow, dude, it's like
I
that
know.
Spaniard, and I'm like,
I tell my mom, man, I got gypped on this. I was like, where's my blue eyes? Where's my white skin? Like,
we
what
got the
hell,
caquita
man?
brown eyes and stuff.
I know.
So let me ask you. You're going to be in the movie, huh?
Yeah.
What character are you playing? What's your part in the movie?
My part is Jose. He's the oil rig worker that finds out that his goddaughter has gone missing.
Are you the star of the movie? Is
I'm
that
one
what
of the
you're
stars.
saying?
Yeah, because I'm
That's
one of.
convenient.
Yeah, I know, right? Write yourself in the movie.
And I'm cheap, so we don't have to pay.
You are cheap, though.
Yeah, I
you
am
are cheap.
I am cheap. So we don't have to pay a top dollar actor. So, but in the same cases that I'm one of those that I want to be like Stallone, learn how to write, how to direct, how to act. So I want to be that multi-talented, wear all the hats.
We just got to give him the Stallone body. You know, we're working on that.
Yeah, I'm working. That's
Yeah.
in the process. So
We got the writer-director part of him in Stallone, but we're working on the body of Stallone.
yeah. So
So talk to me about your character.
this character, he used to be a ex-border patrol agent. So he's heartless towards that in the beginning.
Ah.
So he knows about the legal side and everything. So he really didn't care about that until one particular event. Well, I'm not going to mention, but that kind of
Why won't you mention?
well, it's kind of essential to the film. So it's kind of a shock value surprise. So, but that event kind of changed him a little bit, and that made him get away from that. But he never really experienced about being on the other side.
I think that's the good shit for an interview, right? Is that stuff you're holding back?
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
you don't want to talk about.
Well, I don't want to talk
you
about
know?
it because then
So-
there goes the
everything
movie.
away.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you said the tough part you think is going to be the emotional, expressing
emotional.
emotion.
Yeah, because
Give me an example. Like what level of emotion are you thinking is going to be hard for you? To cry, to
no,
What?
well, that for one, because this character never cries. He
the
doesn't
character doesn't cry.
he doesn't
you got to
have the
write some
ability.
crying in there, dude.
he doesn't have the ability of crying. He just is that type of person that doesn't cry easily. But he will has to go through deals with, when he crosses the border and sees all that, the elements, the weather, the animals, the dangers. He never experienced anything like that. So for the first time, he's seeing all that, and he doesn't know how to play it.
How are you going to prepare yourself for that?
Oh, that's a good question.
We're going to drop him off on the other side. Make him
Maybe I should be
Yeah.
asking you, how are you going to prepare him?
There you go.
Yeah, we're going to drop him off in Laredo. Make him come back on his own. A weekend, we can drop him off
You
Friday.
think you can get a tear out of him right now?
No, right now, no.
All right now.
Yeah.
Why not?
No.
You have to pull a double shift at work.
Yeah, I know. I'm too tired to even try to cry.
Okay. So far so good. Good interview, guys. Thank you.
No, appreciate it,
Let
man.
me
Thank you.
say something though. Why don't you take this opportunity now to kind of put out there, a feeler into the ether of, hey, you need. I think you mentioned you're going to need a helicopter. I don't know if there's anybody out there who's watching that maybe owns a helicopter and wants to maybe be in the movie. They can reach out to you guys.
Yeah.
You're going to be directing this
Yes, sir.
thing. What kind of help and support would you like to? What you have already.
Yes, sir.
What would you like to add to that?
I know as far as crew wise, man, we need a really strong assistant director and a project manager or production manager, and only because those two alone, a really strong AD and production manager is going to help with all the locations we have, all the personnel that we have, other producers that we hope to bring on board to help us actually make the film happen. To me, at least personally, as a director, having those two other people involved who have the experience of having a big crew, big budget, whatever, would help rather than just me and him and one other person. Only because we do need that dedicated.
And you were saying about specific location, like a train station.
Train
bus.
station, bus station,
You need a train station, a bus station.
Couple of houses.
couple houses.
What kind of houses are you looking for?
Well,
So if there's anybody out there who wants to.
Well, see, the thing about the houses is we don't want to go like nothing modern, because there are some scenes that takes place in Mexico, and most houses in Mexico are not made the same. So we don't
that
have
Adobe style kind of. If anybody has access to the Adobe kind of Mexican style houses,
exactly.
that would be perfect.
Yeah.
Especially like Laredo style. Border style. It doesn't have to be big elaborate, but
Yeah, and our main house that the family in the story is more of a wooded house. Because they're very simple.
What kind of community?
Not suburban, but kind of what would you call it? Low, not super low, but like in the middle, low kind of class income. Not brick houses or nice, lawns or anything, but simple.
cookie cutter
wooded-
home.
Yeah,
Like
basically.
how you go HUD housing. They all look kind of the same.
Wood,
Yeah.
built out of wood and stuff. And
What else do
nothing
you
too
need? Like
luxurious.
patrol cars? Do you need people who have already have like police uniform?
We actually will need vehicles because we do have a scene where it's a checkpoint, so we're gonna need a few vehicles.
Somebody to build the checkpoint if they want to help out. Donate wood,
That too.
time to build these checkpoints because we can't film at an actual
So
checkpoint.
you're looking
Yeah.
at some set designers
Yeah.
kind of deal.
Even property owners that have a country road that we can turn into a checkpoint location that we could build something
That's
simple.
a good idea.
So,
Did you mention a helicopter?
yeah, we need a helicopter.
What kind of helicopter do you need?
Something small, nothing too big. Something that the border patrol would
What is
use.
the scene? Oh, so it would be a border patrol helicopter.
Yeah.
So anybody working on the border patrol, you got access to a helicopter.
And
if you can hook a brother up,
and we need white vehicles because we're ordering magnets made. This is border patrol, so we'll just slap them on there and they're become instant.
Land.
So what kind of characters you need actors to fill?
Right now I'm just working.
Principal, and then
principal.
yeah, and then what kind of extras will you need for this movie?
I
Are there scenes where you're going to need a lot of extras? And what kind of extras? What do they need to look like?
The most in the scenes that we're probably going to need is about maybe the 20-30 extras.
That's the most in a given scene.
Yeah, immigrant looking. Nothing too Americanized kind of a look. So that and the principal roles, I'm not really going to dig into casting that till January. So right now I have the trailer cast. So whatever cast I have for the trailer, we're automatically transitioning into the film.
Nice.
But There are other castings that I haven't posted out there or haven't looked out yet. Not till about mid to late January. That's including also the extras. But we will be shooting a trailer at the end of October, mid-November. So that's going to be like maybe about 2 weekends worth. I'm still talking about scheduling and everything else. So, but that's in the plans for this fall.
Anything else you can think about, putting out a feeler for?
We'll have a after the trailer's already done. We'll have a crowdsource funding page. So as soon as we're done with the trailers, we do have some investors that are interested. But of course, with every investors, they want to see proof and pictures and what it's going to look like.
I doubt you want to build a section of a wall just for your movie.
I'm building a jail. A jail.
You're gonna
house
build a jail
over at Dripping Springs. I already have property for me to build a jail out there.
Ah.
And a collapsible. I'll say this.
You don't want to see if there's a jail that you can use? That's already.
I think I'd rather build it because you can deconstruct the sides of the jail and you can mount the cameras in every direction you want.
That's a good idea.
Rather than getting a jail and you're just like locked either this or this or this.
Don't knock it though. If you can get a jail, you can work with it, right? Because that
Yeah.
saves you a lot of money building.
Yeah.
But I get the point. If you can build, then you can build it to specs.
Yeah.
Exactly how you want it, so that if you want to do a shot where you come through the wall or something, you can do that.
And especially we do need river shots. So if anybody lives nearby a river that's not too deep, but is safe to cross or just mock it as crossing, that would be helpful also. Other than that, I don't know what else I can think. I mean, there's so many things that we haven't tapped into in getting stuff ready.
Well, we got to save some stuff for the next interview, right? Because we can't do it all in one interview.
No, not at all.
But thank you guys for coming in, and each time we're learning a little more about this project and learning about the people that you have committed to it. And it's looking good. It's coming along.
Thank you.
This is it for this segment. Tune in for our next segment of The Shot Podcast, and thank you for tuning in. Until then, have a nice day.